Mr. President, Excellencies, distinguished human rights, all human rights, are the solid foundations of flourishing societies. They are the bonds of trust between people and their governments. They are a beacon of hope in the search for a better world that rejects violent conflict, brutality, and injustice. They help overcome trauma and division and are the antidote to exceptionalism, supremacy, and contempt for the other. Human rights provide a compass to steer us through challenges of our time, from the climate crisis to technological developments. And yet, disturbing trends that undercut our rights are gaining ground across the world. Pro-war propaganda is everywhere, from military parades to ramped-up rhetoric. Sadly, there are no peace parades or ministries of peace. The glorification of violence is coupled with a troubling erosion of international law. Around the world, the long-established rules of war are being shredded, with virtually no accountability. Russia's war in Ukraine has turned even more deadly. In July, more civilians were killed and injured than in any month since May 2022. Lasting peace can only come with full respect for international law. In Sudan, both the Rapid Support Forces and the Sudanese armed forces continue to show an utter disregard for international humanitarian and human rights law. Thousands of civilians have been killed this year, and hostilities are intensifying in Darfur and Kordofan. Both sides target health facilities, markets, and water plants. The scale of the suffering of the Sudanese people across this vast country is unfathomable, demanding the full attention of the world. People of Myanmar are caught up in a harrowing human rights calamity 4 years since the coup. The military targets civilians in their homes, villages, schools, and camps with aerial attacks and bombardments. Arbitrary arrests, torture, sexual violence, and forced recruitment. In Rakhine State, the Arakan army is subjecting people to many of the same crimes. In the Democratic Republic of the Congo, there is damning evidence of continued grave violations and abuses by all parties to the conflict. And I will provide full updates on Myanmar and the DRC today and tomorrow. Excellencies, Israel's mass killing of Palestinian civilians in Gaza, its infliction of indescribable suffering and wholesale destruction, its hindering of sufficient life-saving aid, and the ensuing starvation of civilians, its killing of journalists, UN staff and NGO workers, and its commission of war crime upon war crime are shocking the conscience of the world. I am horrified by the open use of genocidal rhetoric and the disgraceful dehumanization of Palestinians by senior Israeli officials. Israel has a legal obligation to take the steps ordered by the International Court of Justice to prevent acts of genocide, punish incitement to genocide, and ensure enough aid reaches Palestinians in Gaza. My office's monitoring and reporting are an important contribution to future accountability. Israel has a case to answer before the International Court of Justice, and the evidence continues to mount. The United States' withdrawal from the Paris Agreement and from global bodies, including this Council, and the Universal Periodic Review process is deeply regrettable.
Monsieur le Commissaire, nous faisons maintenant